Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to do something very important and fun in the Linux world. We're going to create an SSH key, and this is boomer safe, safe for novices as well, because I'm not a Linux expert and you may not be either. That's why you're watching this, but you will need an SSH key for doing a lot of fun and interesting and dangerous things on your server or in your local computer. I'm going to be doing some videos about some server configuration stuff coming up, so we're going to need an SSH key, and that is the object of this video, getting that key set up the easiest way possible, and then we can have some fun with it. So let's jump right into it. All right, so the first thing you need to do is open up a terminal on your Linux machine. I'm on a Linux machine. This is my terminal. And this would be a good point to mention that this will also work on Mac. Mac is a Unix-like operating system. I believe it's based on FreeBSD, which is very similar to Linux. So these steps should work there as well, just fine. All right, so now that you're here on the terminal, all you need to do is type SSH-keygen. Now we press enter. All right, generating public-private key pair. So what it means by private and public is that there are two versions of this key, the public and the private. The private stays on your local machine. The public one you can upload to GitHub or DigitalOcean or wherever you're creating servers and doing work with SSH keys. The public one is safe to share. The private one you will never share. I'll demonstrate to you which one is which once we get through this. Okay, so this says enter a file in which to save the key. If you don't put in something specific here, it'll put it in the default location, which is in your home directory, in a directory called .ssh, which is fine for now. I don't see any reason to change that. The name of the file is going to be id_rsa. And of course, as I said, you can name that anything you want. That would be good if you want to create more keys in the future. You can give them different names. This is the default, and I'm fine with the default, so I'm going to just hit enter. Okay, so it's created the directory. Now we enter a passphrase. So the important thing about the passphrase is that this should be very complicated. It's one that you'll want to write down. A good tip is if you want to create a strong passphrase that you can remember, you can use something like Diceware. Diceware generates random words, and the more words you have, the stronger the passphrase will be, the more difficult it will be for a computer to crack it, and you write it down somewhere safe, and you type it as many times as you need until you have it memorized, and you'll never forget it. So I'm just going to go ahead and put mine in. All right, so now you put it in again to make sure you got it right. All right, so you see it also generates some random art for you, which is nice to look at. It's nice and pretty. And that should be it. So now our key is created. Let's actually go in and take a look at it. So there's a few ways you can do this. You can just do, because we're in the home directory here, you can do cd change directory .ssh, and you can list this directory, and you see there's two files in here. Let's actually list it. So you can see we have id_rsa and then id_rsa.pub. So the .pub one is the public one. The public one is the one that is safe to upload and share. The one that has no .pub, that's the private one. So never share it, never show it to anyone. Just leave it alone. And we're going to take an extra step here. I'm not sure if this has already been done automatically, but you will sometimes get an error when trying to log into servers if you do not do this here, which is basically change the privileges on these files. So let's do sudo chmod sh or chmod 600 id_rsa and an asterisk to cover both. Put in your password. And now, okay, so now that should be correct. You can see how the privileges have changed here from that to this, which is, I believe, correct. So that should be all good. And of course, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that is safe. All right, and that is it. That is how you can create SSH keys that you can use for logging into things. So stay tuned and subscribe because we're going to be doing some fun videos about using these keys to log into servers and install things and have all kinds of fun. So I will see you all there. And if you'd like to read my writings that are too hot for YouTube, I've got a link to my Substack below, and also a link if you want to sign up at DigitalOcean and get some money toward your hosting costs. There you go, everybody. I will see you all next time.